Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed tonight by Jonathan Zagel of the American Outlaws St. Petersburg chapter.
'23 is here.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you.
Check. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. The summer of 2023 is here, and Sebastian Dahlgaard and the Rowdies are sizzling, sitting in third place in the East. Tonight, hosting a club making their first ever appearance at Al Lang, New Mexico United. It's the Rowdies hosting New Mexico United, coming up next on ESPN+. Saturday nights in the summer reserved for your Tampa Bay Rowdies. Beautiful day around the bay, and the Rowdies ready to take the pitch as they host New Mexico United. Welcome inside our booth, everybody. We're thrilled you're here. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Let's get you up to speed. The Rowdies will be without two of their stars tonight. J.J. Williams and Connor Antley, both red-carded last week. What do the Rowdies lose coming into this game?
In different areas. Connor Antley, he's so industrious, can break up plays in the back and then transition towards the top and create plays in the front as well. J.J. Williams on the other end. Let's get some perspective. Rowdies have scored 14 goals in the last 6 matches over the last month when they were undefeated. J.J. Williams have scored half of those goals. So Kyle Jennings, who's going to play up front, has huge shoes to fill. J.J. Williams will be sorely missed tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As for the visitors, Sergio Rivas is their star. He did not play last week, Ryan, but he should be on the pitch here tonight.
Another person who scored a huge portion of the team's goals. He has 4 goals, a quarter of New Mexico's goals. He has to provide a presence up top, playing the balls onto runners, and also being a scorer of goals if New Mexico are going to have a chance to get 3 points tonight in our land.
Big surprise for the Rowdies unveiled. Welcome back, Jake LaCava. Last week we welcomed back Lawrence White. He's here for a brief stay. LaCava's going to be here a little bit longer.
Well, the gang is coming back together. One of the finalists in the Young Player of the Year award. 12 goals, 5 assists, instant offense for this Rowdies team. Just at the perfect time as the Rowdies are getting stuck in halfway through the season.
Could make an appearance in this game later on. He's not going to be in the starting lineup, though. It's Tampa Bay and New Mexico. Sit back, enjoy USL Championship. Next from downtown St. Pete.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions, and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Just moments away from kickoff, we are ready for Tampa Bay Rowdies and New Mexico United from beautiful Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. Sun setting here in St. Pete, and we size up this New Mexico United lineup. Alex Tambakis, the goalkeeper from Greece. Got to mention him. The meat of that 11, though, Santi Moar, household name in USL Championship, and Chris Wehan, coming up on 150 appearances.
Yeah, Chris Wehan is an instant legend for New Mexico. Leads this team all-time in goals and assists. A true leader. Santi Moar, an original New Mexico player, went to Phoenix Rising for 2 years. He's back now. And what about Rivas and Portillo? Last time they came to Florida, Portillo scored against Miami FC, and they got the big win. And Doling and Bruce up top to finish off the 4-4-2.
Take a look at the Rowdies 11, the 4-2-3-1. And for Tampa Bay, Jan Ekra back in that lineup wearing that number 7. Great to have him back. Lawrence White again, going to make the most of his Rowdies stay. And Cal Jennings going to need his scoring punch tonight.
Yep, UCF legend gets his start up top. J.J. Williams has to sit this one up with suspension. But again, Charlie Dennis going to be pulling the strings with Spalding and Dalgard on his side. Jan Ekra back in the middle of the playing field. He's going to have to be steady with Doherty to make this thing go tonight, the engine.
And speaking of Sebastian Dalgard, look at that, commemorating his 100th appearance. What an asset he has been to this organization. Tremendous assist last week in that Sac Republic match. And Seb Dalgard, the Great Dane, going to make a difference on the field tonight.
And he plays like a Danish player, full of confidence and as calm as can be. Creative, like so many legends before him from Denmark. He is an absolute asset for Coach Collins.
Well, it certainly feels like summer here in downtown St. Petersburg as we're set to kick off. 83 degrees. Definitely feels a little toasty down on the field. Perfect soccer weather, though, in Tampa Bay and New Mexico United. Just about to kick off. Jan Ekra to put it in motion, and here we go. Ninth home game for the Rowdies, unbeaten in their last 6.
True, just taking a look at the pitch at the beginning. Not much rain in this area over the last week or two.
Rowdies attacking quickly, and that ball will be sent out. Let's size up the health of both teams. Our injury report. Both teams come in not quite 100% as Doggard now goes to work. Some space for Charlie Dennis as he tries to service it in. Now at the feet, as this one is sent back out. So Ryan Spalding trying to collect. That injury report we mentioned, Tampa Bay far from 100%. Hilton and Harivo, two of the main guys. Also Lucky M. Kosana not in the 18 tonight. Nava and Seymour not available for New Mexico.
Well, hence the reason Lawrence Wyke is at right back. You also have the red cards to go along with the injuries. It's been a bit of a carousel for the players in the Rowdies uniform so far in 2023.
Sergio Rivas sends it right. And that ball will be sent out of bounds. Ryan, let's hit our keys to the match.
Well, if you're the Rowdies, attack, attack, attack. New Mexico without their coach who has moved on. And now they have an interim coach by the name of Masaki Heme. Of course, there's the Greek man himself in between the sticks. There's Connor Sparrow for the Rowdies. And if you're in regards to New Mexico, you're going to have to consolidate, play on the counter-attack, and try to hold off and use the wings as an outlet to provide some sort of space to go up against the Rowdies tonight.
Yeah, talk about a team with a new head coach. Zach Prince, of course, departing the organization for New Mexico United. Mac Hemme now in that spot. A lot of pressure on this team. The long trip to the Sunshine State. Second time this year that they have made the trip to Florida. And a lot on the plate of him tonight as these Rowdies are going to be coming. Jennings trying to get it inside that 6-yard box, and Tampa Bay continuing to play on the visitors' half.
Cal Jennings going to bring a different attribute to J.J. Williams. He can run at players a little bit more agile, better off the dribble.
Now Lawrence White, ball got away from him.
Yeah, as compared to J.J. Williams, where he's better on crosses, taller, stronger, more physical. Jennings just more agile and can take players on 1v1.
Justin Portillo, offensive MVP from a season ago. So if you are the visiting side, Ryan, it's almost like it's us against the world tonight. Our coach is no longer with us. We have an interim coach. We got to head to one of the most difficult places to win in USL Championship. And they're not exactly on a roll. They've dropped their last 2.
Yeah, this is after Zach Prince had built something over the last year. Yes, they were on a 2-game losing streak, but they've done so well over the long-term period just a year ago. And now they have to sort of rebuild things, calm things down, but you're coming into an atmosphere where they don't want to calm things down. They want to come right into your living room and try and get goals early. So New Mexico are going to try to have to steady the ship, play the ball from side to side, not north-south, and use the outlets on the wings as much as they could.
White avoiding the touchline, sending it back down. And Freddie Kleeman to Connor Sparrow. 22 saves on the year for the Rowdies keeper. He's conceded just 6 times. Jan Ekra touches it back to Sparrow. And that ball going to be hammered out of bounds. So it'll be New Mexico ball. Last 2 matches that I mentioned they dropped, one to San Antonio, the other to El Paso at home. And immediately following, Zach Prince, their head coach, departed. Portillo Nice pass, and now starting to connect the dots. Josh Doling sends it left. Senti Moar operating. The Rowdies know what he can do. Yearwood right to the middle. Shot on the ground and deflected out. It was Forrest Lasso getting a foot on it.
Well, you can see Lawrence White respecting Santi Moar going to his right. So he allowed the left runner, the overlapping left back, to make that run. And just got over-teamed over there on the left-hand side between the fullback and Santi Moar. 2v1. And something Lawrence White is going to have to look out for all night.
Charlie Dennis. A tremendous year he has had thus far. 5 goals on just 16 shots. So active for Tampa Bay. Jordan Doherty will touch it to Lasso. First time these teams have ever met. It's never happened before. We're bringing it to you tonight under the lights of Al Lang. Drew Felios and Ryan Davis. Great to have you along for the ride, whether you're a Rowdies fan or a fan of New Mexico United. Tremendous night for this great game of soccer, and a big week for the beautiful game, Ryan, after what transpired earlier this week. And one of the greatest players ever, in your mind, the greatest ever, coming to the Sunshine State.
Yeah, Lionel Messi making his way to Florida, and boy, it's buzzing all the way here in Tampa. And if you're looking to buy a ticket, you better buy it quickly, because you're selling out, and the prices, they mean business.
Did you read about the Twitter followers quadrupled, and probably more than any NFL team,
Yeah.
Major League Baseball team? That's how much attention Messi brings to South Florida.
We were just talking about Jake LaCava exiting into Miami this week as Lionel Messi makes his way down there. Looks like he got the short end of the straw on that one.
I don't know. He's coming to the Rowdies.
That's
remember.
right. That's right. He has a great experience here. He's excited. Getting back with the gang.
Spalding going down. So now it's Lawrence White. Rowdies finding feet here, building some cohesion.
So far, New Mexico doing a great job clogging up the middle, not letting Jan Ekra and Jordan Doherty get a hold of the ball. So the Rowdies have to continue to go side to side as the visitors slowly push up and close in on the Rowdies. Excellent defensive shape.
Ball taken now by Jennings. Official will blow the whistle right there as Jennings was fouled. Last year, New Mexico United playing in the Mountain Division, 13-9-12, 5th place. Lost in the opening round, though, of the postseason to Sac Republic. It's incredible, though, the success that this franchise has had, and they're such a young franchise. As Spalding now sends one in, skates across the box to the feet of Dahlgaard. Lawrence White. Back to Dahlgaard. Sepp goes down, wants a call, and finally gets it. That was way late.
I think the referee judged by getting a free kick in that area is actually the advantage. Rowdies had nowhere to go. They didn't really have an advantage, but a free kick in a dangerous position is more beneficial to the team that received the foul, because he Sepp Dahlgaard just riding that tackle from Santi Moar. Drew, real quick, Charlie Dennis, 3rd in this league in crosses. He is accurate, he's consistent. This could be problematic for New Mexico.
Does it so gracefully as well. Almost in slow motion. Here comes another from Dennis. Just underway here from Al Lang. Ball sent in a pretty good spot, and Tempakis has to pull it down just in time.
Well, the delivery was fantastic like we expected, but the contact on the header was not as good as the cross. Sort of off the shoulder. Looks like it was off of number 4, Sam Hamilton, the captain.
Case for a handball there?
No, definitely off the shoulder, no chance.
Spalding, great touch. Here comes Dennis now. And Tampa Bay flag will go up around these offside for the first time.
Yeah, Charlie Dennis anticipating the second ball, the one that's going to come down. Just jumped on his horse a little too quickly.
And you see Josh Doling, he takes a spill. Jan Ekra will be carded here in the 10th minute. So not the way Ekra wanted to be welcomed back.
Well, the referee thought it was too much of a professional foul. Just pulling away. It looked like it was Chris Wehan, or was it Doling? It was Doling. Just pulling away from his man. Look at the Jan Ekra. Yep, right in front of the referee. No choice for the man in red.
Big game tonight for New Mexico United, sitting in 9th place in the West. Austin Yearwood trying to build from the back here. Hamilton, right side. Harry Schwartz, 24-year-old, gets it in the center of the park. And now it's Austin Yearwood, another original for the visiting side. Senti Moar. Oh, he is so good. Trying to get a cross in and sails out of bounds. His tenure, though, with Phoenix and Bethlehem, and he's been able to do so much in this league. Truly one of the most talented players to ever suit up in USL Championship.
Yeah, can take players off the dribble, has a fantastic technique. Scored a wonder goal here in Al Lang just about 2 years ago with Phoenix Rising. The Rising lost that game, and Santi Muar definitely left his mark. And Lawrence Wyke is going to continue to push him left and have him cross on that weaker foot.
Austin Yearwood touches near side. Santi Moar here, the Spaniard. Portillo again. Great idea once again for New Mexico. They're executing their game plan as well as they possibly can here in the first 15. Lasso going to track this one down. And the ball will belong to the Rowdies. So Forrest Lasso, his second stint as a Rowdy. The back line conceded one time last week. Certainly one the Rowdies would like to have back. You saw, remember the expression from Lasso last week when that ball went to the back of the net. That's one that he feels they should have kept out.
I tell you what, Sacramento is just so well organized, like a Rowdies team. And they constantly push forward in numbers, which makes them so dangerous in the league. They're so consistent, as New Mexico found out 2 games ago.
Lawrence White. Once again, Dennis. Charlie Dennis will pick this one up. Try to get it back to White. Deflected, though. And it's Kleeman.
Well, the 2 Englishmen trying to link up between Dennis and Wyke. You can see Wyke's adventure in willingness to come forward and support Seb Delgado on his right-hand side. Looks like Connor Sparrow is going to go to the corner flag.
Line drive. Struck by Sparrow end over end. Tambakis now for the visiting side. 4 wins on the season for New Mexico United. Coach Neil Collins said that the first half last week against Sac Republic, that's as good as he's seen the Rowdies come out this year. Just need a few more goals to show for, and hopefully this guy can deliver. Jennings.
Yeah, Carl Jennings had a fantastic goal out west just about 2 weeks ago. His confidence is up, but just couldn't get into the lineup because of J.J. Williams. And now is his chance to take this opportunity and either create a chance or gobble up a chance for himself. That's when you play for a competitive team like the Rowdies. It's usually the next man up is the atmosphere and what's being encouraged by the coaching staff.
Sam Hamilton, captain. Ball could be trouble. And this one's going to be sent out by Lawrence White. Corner kick coming up for New Mexico United. The Rowdies invite you to relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitampabay.com. That's visitampabay.com.
Tell you what, Rowdies playing a high line there. Fantastic turn by Bruce, using the Rowdies' aggression against them. So as he turned, he took the defender with him. And of course, Bruce, with such fantastic pass accuracy, put the ball right into the danger spot and earned the corner.
Justin Portillo, short with it. Senti Moar. And now Weehan. Here's Moar. He'll send one in, and it's a line drive right at Sparrow. Had some curl on it, and Connor there to knock it down.
Well, Santi Moore just trying to ask the question, put the ball in the danger area, have his forward try to run onto it, but it was too close to Sparrow.
Jan Ekra with Lawrence White. Jordan Doherty. And Lasso. Nicely done by Tampa Bay. Charlie Dennis. Defenders react nicely. Daugard holds up on the service. Instead, it's White. Ekra able to get it back. And the Rowdies will keep possession. The service that time from White, was it what you were looking for, Ryan?
No, Seb Daugard had the rhythm. He was in momentum to cross that ball, but he looked up and saw Cal Jennings between two trees, the two centre-backs. So he held it back for Lawrence White, who did exactly what Seb Daugard could have done, but the cross just wasn't on. But Lawrence White just pulled the trigger, understandably wanting to be aggressive. But Cal Jennings in there with the two centre-backs, it makes no sense just crossing the ball into the trees, as they say.
Rowdies controlling possession here. So now it's Kleeman. Kleeman touches this one forward. And now it's White again. Good job by Weehan, able to win that 50-50 ball.
Weehan's backwards to the referee, and I think he got away with a handball, understandably, but a chance for New Mexico to make the most of this possession.
Daugard able to deflect it. Here's Charlie Dennis. Dennis with some numbers. Holds it up. Spalding gonna have a shot. Ryan Spalding buries it.
This man, Ryan Spalding, can do no wrong. And Charlie Dennis, again, the servant. Most goals that come from counter-pressing situations. They did exactly that. They press high, won the ball, defense in disarray. Ryan Spalding arriving late. And what about that technique, Drew Felios? On the carpet, look at the ball right into the path of Ryan Spalding. And he made a hard shot look easy in the end. 1-0 to the Rowdies. Because of their defensive effort, they created that chance and put themselves on a 1-0 lead.
So Ryan Spalding on the score sheet. Rowdies lead 1-0 off the gorgeous pass from Charlie Dennis. That ball was so silky smooth, wasn't it? Yeah,
the pacing on the ball was everything. It was enough pace for Ryan Spalding not have to pull up the brakes and not too far ahead of him, just right in his stride. And the technique and the finish in the last post, just beautiful to watch. But again, the Rowdies are so tigerish without the ball, Drew. They're fighting for the ball, they disrupt things, and they make things happen defensively on the offensive end.
See a little frustrated Josh Doling as he hit the turf. Caught up there with Lawrence White. Josh Doling, 3 assists this year for New Mexico United. Cleanan will touch back here to Sparrow, and the Rowdies will reset. So in a game that Tampa Bay should win, off to a really good start.
I tell you what, Forrest Lasso put a peach of a pass into the stride of Cal Jennings. He tried to bring it down. It was a little bit high for him. By the time he could have brought it down, the defender was right back into the game. But great look by Forrest Lasso. Just trying to switch things up. Everything doesn't have to be short. You can go over the top as well. And Lasso showing that he has that ability to do that.
Yeah, put it right on the bullseye of Cal Jennings. As Jennings was trying to stay onside. Switch the point of attack now. Senti Moar cannot keep it in. Tampa Bay will control. Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Rowdies lead 1-0. Off the goal from Ryan Spalding. For Ryan Spalding, that was his first goal of the season. So he has racked up the assists, but not on the score sheet until that play. Here he is again. You know what's kind of cool about Spalding too, we had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, and just seems to take this whole transition to becoming a Rowdy in stride. You know, there's greatness ahead in his soccer career, and this is simply a way to build upon it.
And I think coming to just the right atmosphere. Here he is again. Great defending by Sam Hilton, using his body to body off the faster Spalding. But I think coming to the Rowdies organization, which is so well run, Neil Collins having his training sort of sessions be almost at the highest level. Ryan Spalding coming into that atmosphere, he felt like he was still in that sort of MLS environment. It's such a high-grade atmosphere that the Rowdies provide. I think it made the transition for Spalding that much easier.
You know what I really like about him too? He's a man of few words, does not talk too much. He'll give you exactly what you ask him. Nothing more, nothing less. And I kind of like that. Very humble, has had some success, but not going to get too ahead of himself.
Well, I'm going to have to confess here, I believe it was Forrest Lasso that told us that when Ryan Spalding came in, when he first came in, he went through a couple of Neil Collins sessions, training sessions. He couldn't believe how intense it was. And it took him a week or two to get up to speed of what was expected in practice, much less the game. So the environment is very much high intensity, and I think Spalding is appreciating that in the Deep South.
Austin Yearwood sending it right now. Kalen Ryden, tremendous season he has had. The defender for New Mexico United. 57 clearances coming into this game. And the visitors will have a throw-in on the far side. Now posting up. Lasso there. Jordan Doherty just in time. Takes it away. Over to Wyke.
Clever play by Lawrence Wyke. Under full pressure, the area was by Cal Jennings. That space because of the high press. And he found Cal Jennings, but look at Cal Jennings. Maybe call for an inadvertent elbow or finger.
And he got a piece of Kalen Ryden that time, the Norman, Oklahoma native.
Talk about leaders. Kalen Ryder, three-time captain of his team. Defensive MVP last season. Just a juggernaut at the back. Here he is on the board.
So New Mexico trying to slow things down here. After the Rowdies score their first goal. 25th minute. Sergio Rivas, quiet thus far, scoring leader. 4 goals on the season for him. Remember, did not play last week. still trying to get back to 100%. They need him big time, especially in a week like this on the road. Here he is. Sends it right, and the Rowdies will defend once again. Charlie Dennis trying to stay on point. Wyke able to get up in the air and head to Dahlgaard. 100th appearance for Sebastian Dahlgaard tonight, and it's deflected right into that center circle where Dennis was waiting for it, but maybe hesitated just a little too much.
Too casual by Charlie Dennis. He had Ryan Spalding making that run in open space. Coach Collins sort of turned away in disgust. It was a bit of a toe, just a toe poke to Ryan Spalding, but just didn't get the contact. The intensity just wasn't there with the type of pressure that was on him.
And that's where, in this league, this is not League One.
Correct.
That player is going to be in that spot. You got to make a decision quickly.
Yes. Your technique better be impeccable to execute the pass.
Talked about J.J. Williams and Cal Jennings and how those two guys kind of motivating each other for playing time. This ball sent right. Spalding now defending. See Portillo there, and Ekra able to come away with it. So the Rowdies defense once again breaking up a run. Dahlgaard try and clear it.
Great pressing by New Mexico. Rowdies cannot get out or find a bit of daylight for any sort of outlet. But you got a quick glimpse of Jan Ekra, why he's selected time in, time out. Knows exactly where to be. Anticipating the pass coming in, controls it, keeps possession for the Rowdies. He is the brain in the middle of the engine room.
Chris Wehan. Rivas. Right to left now. Here's Senti Moar. Trying to get it to the corner. Yearwood trying to operate down there. And once again, looked like the flag went up for New Mexico United. I was talking about Cal Jennings and J.J. Williams, how they're both competing for playing time. You throw Jake LaCava in now, and that's a lot of scoring punch for these Rowdies. Now, LaCava's going to be interesting to see, can he get the minutes he got a year ago? Will they be there in this edition of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
I think it poses a really good problem for the Rowdies, because I think LaCava is going to want to compete for where Spalding is playing on that left-hand side, or where Charlie Dennis is playing behind the forward, or outright where Dahlgaard is playing. Along those three is where Jake LaCava is going to want to find his spot. Or does Coach Collins change up the formation and play two behind the forward?
Good job by Wyke staying with Moar.
Remember this Rowdies team in 2022, Leo Fernandez, Jake LaCava behind the forward, two number 10s. Let's see if Coach Collins goes back to that.
Kalen Ryden to Yearwood. Portillo operating in traffic now. New Mexico, Rivas, and comes from the right, sent out by Kleeman. Good job getting up in there, getting a head on it. And now you can just see the intensity turned up just a bit from the visitors.
Yeah, excellent bit of sequences by New Mexico, holding possession fantastically within traffic. They're managing to maintain that possession and starting to play penetrative passes. We saw an excellent cross just now. Forrest Lasso did well to get to it, but you can see the encouragement by the visitors starting to ask the questions, beginning to get a little bit more confident on the ball.
Making the most of every possession here. Touched up there by Sam Hamilton, University of Denver product, and a captain on this year's squad for New Mexico. Here's Austin Yearwood. Very methodical now. Senti Moar with Wyke all over him.
Just after the last few minutes, Drew, so far it is a 54% possession to New Mexico compared to the Rowdies at 46.
Trying to shake free for a shot, and good idea that time. Just not quite the angle as it's sent over the crossbar. So Connor Sparrow. And the Rowdies will build from the back here. Jennings. Good effort that time by Cal Jennings. As Tambakis sends it up. And Lasso got to get back in position. Force Lasso a little bit out of place. Jan Ekra giving chase. And here's Moar. Trying to set up a shot. And that one not close by Sergio Rivas.
Well, Sergio Rivas trying to make things happen for his team. Understandably, he has 4 goals under his belt. Wehan got the ball to Santi Moar, but Moar just sort of got lost it under his feet, which held up any sort of momentum that New Mexico had. And in the end, had to revert to a 25-yard shot from Rivas.
Oh, clearly an elbow to the back that time. And Sam Hamilton going to be whistled. Well, the USL on ESPN heats up with the summer as Memphis 901 FC and Aaron Malloy head to the Valley of the Sun to face Phoenix Rising FC. It's Phoenix taking on Memphis Saturday, July 1st, 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
Santi Moar's old club, Drew Felios.
It certainly is. There's so many, pioneers of this league, USL Championship, guys that have done it no matter what uniform it is. And Santi Moar, certainly one of those guys.
Had that big year in 2021. Really turned some heads. 2022 not so much, and trying to regain that form here in 2023.
So now it's White with Dolgar. Kleeman sharing with Lasso. Rowdies' lone goal by Ryan Spalding came in the 18th minute. A 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Dolgar in his 100th appearance here tonight. Sending it back. It's Kleeman. Ekra and Doherty teaming up. Right side. Dolgar again. A little fake that time by Sebastian. Far post. And skying is Tambakis to bring it home.
You remember the gambler from Kenny Rogers? You got to know when to hold, know when to fold. That is Seb Dalgard in a nutshell. He knows exactly when to go for it and when to recycle the ball back on top. And I love watching him in action, and his coach loves watching him too.
Once again, Rowdies pressing, able to win the ball back. Spalding, look at him with the ball. He is a wizard, but lost it just as I said that. He was faking out 2 defenders. Probably should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, the commentators curse with Ryan Spalding, that low center of gravity. So hard to dispossess. In the end, lost it himself.
Ralph's Mob, Skyway Casuals tonight, ready for a Rowdies win, ready for fireworks as well, and ready to welcome back Jake LaCava and celebrate the 100th appearance for Sebastian Dolgar. As the flag flying on Pride Month here in St. Petersburg. Tambakis goes down and gets it for New Mexico, and now he'll clear things out.
Just to make sure everyone is clear, we did do some research, and Tambakis is not related to Drew Felios. Yes, he is Greek.
You know, we are just about all related. it really is something else. I mean, you go to Tarpon Springs. I invite you to come with me to Tarpon Springs.
I'm gonna go. There's nothing like a Greek salad. I'm sorry, I love Greek salad.
No better place to get one, I promise you. Maybe we'll bring Coach Collins along as well.
Yeah.
Invite him. Doling dishes right. Ball sent into the box. Lawrence Wyke in there once again to break it up. He is everywhere so far, Wyke. You can see he's still trying to fully get in sync with his teammates. But man, he is covering a lot of ground, always an A for effort.
But I love New Mexico's, their ability to press and sort of blanket the Rowdies when they do force the Rowdies backwards. There's no daylight, no outlet for the Rowdies to come out and counter or just to maintain possession. Now, again, New Mexico has possession and again forcing the Rowdies backwards.
So Portillo now out of the center circle. Flick back, Lasso for Tampa Bay. Connor Sparrow once again dealing to Wyke. Just senses Wyke goes down. Maybe a little shove by Moar, and Lawrence Wyke going to be a little shaken up there. May have come down on that hand as he hit the turf.
Well, his natural position seems to be in the midfield, that center midfield role, and he loves to get forward and make things happen. He's now fallen on his wrist after trying to get the ball out of the back. Just taking players on, a little bit of a head fake. Falls on, he lands on that wrist. He's a coach's dream because he can play so many different positions. He's that utility knife.
Oh, Sparrow, very dangerous. Barely able to get the ball out of there, and now Wyke tries to control next to the touchline as Moar taps it out. They say it went off Lawrence Wyke.
Yeah, last touch just off the knee of Lawrence Wyke. Santi Moar played that well. But that's the touch on the playground, though, that you argue for hours, though. Didn't touch me, didn't touch me. But luckily for the referee, he has a linesman, and I think he got the hint.
Jennings taps it out. The visitors will throw it in once again. I'm gonna throw out some names here for you, Ryan. You tell me who the most impressive visiting side has been that we've seen at Al Lang this year. Would you say it's Sacramento, possibly? Would you say it's Phoenix? Spalding nearly coming away with it there. Charleston, very impressive. They defeated the Rowdies 2-1 earlier this year, but they haven't played that well as of late. Who's the team that you think is going to pose the biggest threat to the Rowdies, perhaps in the postseason?
I'm going to have to say the rivals, Charleston. They're 2-0 against the Rowdies this year, even though it was early part of the season. Charleston just seems like that complete package. They have the defense, they have enough busy midfielders, and they have enough scoring punch up top. Did I say they have a good defense? They have a very good defense. So Rowdies, as you know, played them twice, and it was a 3-0 loss at Charleston, and then a 2-1 loss in Al Lang. That's 5-1 over 2 games.
In the 11, do they pose any fear with you? Remember, they got the former Rowdy Sebastian Guizzati.
I think Indy's still trying to figure things out, but they're starting to catch stride now. So maybe, yes, eventually they may be a problem for the Rowdies. I don't think right now they are.
So much parity in this league, too, over the years. So
Just
on
makes it
any
beautiful.
given night.
Love it.
Yep. Oh, tackle that time by Doherty. And this could earn a yellow, and it will for Jordan Doherty. Just kind of had a bad angle that time.
Zach Herivo out, Lewis Hilton out, Jan Ekra just comes back. Now Jan Ekra and Jordan Doherty, both on yellow cards. 39 minutes gone in the first half. That is a long time to go with your 2 holding midfielders whose entire game, Drew, is based on tackling and covering. Both of them on yellow cards now. That could be dangerous for the Rowdies.
Just did not have the angle. So Doherty and Ekra both in the book, and now Connor Sparrow on guard. Free kick coming up. by New Mexico. It'll be Justin Portillo, the MVP offensively last year for this squad. See Aaron Guillen quiet thus far tonight as Lasso able to head this one up. Ball up in the air, still up for grabs, and Sparrow comes down with it.
Well, that's why Forrest Lasso was brought to the Rowdies 3 years ago. He is just a towering presence on the defensive end in the box.
Talked about the teams posing the greatest threat to the Rowdies. Coming up at halftime, special feature. Going to kind of go over the season thus far, Ryan, in your eyes, and how the Rowdies have been so unpredictable this year, but so much fun to watch. Still so much soccer ahead. We'll go around the league. Highlights and stats coming up from the first half as well. It's all coming up at the half.
Guess what? I think Jake Arman is going to be a factor in that conversation.
Spalding and Tampa Bay trying to knock on the door. One more time. Doghard, his shot knocked down by Tambakis.
Well, again, the Rowdies coming on this left-hand side. Ryan Spalding coming across, but the pass didn't have the pace that Charlie Dennis had to Spalding a little while ago. This time was a little bit behind Dalgard. He had to pull up the brakes here and wait. This allowed the keeper to get in position. Good contact, good save.
So it'll be a corner kick, first of the game for the Rowdies. Far post. Spalding gonna have a crack at it in traffic. Deflected out. And Ryan Spalding and Tampa Bay will have another corner kick, and this time Jordan Doherty is going to hustle over there.
Just want to go back to that defensive header by Austin Yearwood. Just to flick that on and take all the pressure off of New Mexico. Those cross balls from Charlie Dennis when they come into you are not easy. Let's see if Jordan Doherty can replicate it.
Remember, this is Lewis Hilton usually doing the honors in this spot for Tampa Bay on set pieces, but Doherty trying to pick up the slack with that soft right foot. Here it comes. And there it is, Tambakis. Right place, right time.
Do we invite Tambakis to Tarpon Springs? Should we?
I don't think so. We can leave him off the list.
All right. Sorry, I tried.
Maybe in the off season.
Maybe in the off season.
Off season. We're not playing.
All right.
Yeah. And we're thrilled to have New Mexico fans joining us tonight on this broadcast. We like to have a little fun here at Al Lang every single year. Covering Rowdies soccer. 43rd minute. And let's see, officials trying to sort this one out. They just kind of picked up that ball, and Talent saying, come on, let's go.
He is the home team. Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they want to get something before the half.
Here they come. Cal Jennings nearly cashing one in quickly.
Well, Charlie Dennis doing what he does best, serving up and creating chances. Created the first goal, put this one in stride to Cal Jennings, and got his left foot right underneath it, and it landed in Ralph's mob.
Aaron Guillen gets a piece. We'll have a throw in here by New Mexico United. Visitors have not played a bad first half. They're right in this. Haven't had many shots though, but they've been able to control the pace for much of this first half.
I think they've kept it simple. They've rolled out a 4-4-2, have not made things complicated. The Rowdies are trying to play a high line.
Picked up once again. Try the quick 1-2. Sparrow saw it coming all the way. Sparrow, 4 clean sheets this season for the Rowdies. Been stuck on that 4 for a while though. Hoping to get his next shutout. Mike. Fended off more that time. And possession owned here by the visitors. Sergio Rivas.
Santi Moore doing a great job not allowing Lawrence White to jump on his bike and come down that right-hand side and create any sort of havoc.
1 minute of extra time, just 1 minute. Not much time to work with if you're New Mexico United. Let's see what they can do here. Justin Portillo. Spalding defending. And here comes Guillen. Guillen's going to get called for that. You are the Rowdies, remember, got to be careful. Already sitting on 2 yellows as a team.
That was Dooling, and you don't like that, Drew, because Dooling is going away from the goal. He's not in a very effective area, as you would say. No reason to stick your foot out and give up a free kick, because now they have a dead ball situation. They have the center backs coming up into the box now to try and nod one in just before the half.
Ball sent in, and it is a goal. We are level at 1. Kalen Ryden rings it up for New Mexico United.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for New Mexico. On the road, finding hard to create anything, to get a set piece. A great delivery. And Kalen Ryden made no mistake. Justin Portillo put that one right on the doorstep of Connor Sparrow. But it was bending away from the goalkeeper and into the stride of Kalen Ryden. Perfect delivery, perfect header. And New Mexico right back in it.
Connor Sparrow cannot believe it, and neither can Rowdies fans.
This one is going to have to go on Aaron Guillen's chest. He gave up the free kick when he didn't have to, and the delivery was just too good.
It's one thing to concede, it's another to do it just seconds before halftime. Those really sting, don't they?
Yeah, when you were so good defensively, New Mexico had no real clear chances, but they get a set piece, they make the most of it. And now that discussion in the locker room totally changes to what it would have been 5 minutes ago.
Another foul called here. Jennings. This is not going to be a friendly conversation in the locker room for the Rowdies, I imagine.
No. If you're Aaron Guillen, you probably want to tell the coach, hey, Gaffer, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm not going to be there for the first 5 minutes.
So here we are, halftime. And New Mexico United comes up with a huge goal. Kalen Ryden getting it done out of Norman, Oklahoma. Ryan Spalding scoring for the Rowdies to get Tampa Bay on the board. It's 1-1. Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show coming up after this from downtown St. Pete.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so. Which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Welcome back. It's our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. A 1-1 score, Tampa Bay Rowdies and New Mexico United. Hope you're enjoying it. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. All right, chance to do something that we rarely get a chance to do. Just take our time here and kind of recap the Rowdies season thus far, because we are pretty much at the midway point. Remember, at the start, Rowdies had several new additions, had to deal with the devastating news of Leo Fernandez. Not much was in sync during the first month.
Not only Leo Fernandez, Jake Armand was a huge ingredient. Coach Collins loves to play with width. He did not have his natural left-sided midfielder with him. So the Rowdies were a little bit off balance. They were okay on the right-hand side with Dalgard and Harris, but they never had that left-sided midfielder to work with Aaron Guillen and create balance. So the Rowdies never found their footing. They had those injuries, Zach Hervo, eventually Lewis Hilton, and everything seemed to be upside down. Take a while to find their balance. Brought in Ryan Spalding, and boy, has the ship now started to be, looks a lot better right now anyway.
Yeah, things really turned around. Just look at the past 6 outings. That win on the road at Detroit really sparking things. Then a victory against Phoenix. And Detroit, when they come here to Al Lang, take care of Rio Grande Valley. A 3-0 rout. Colorado Springs a 2-1 win there. A draw last week against Sac Republic, but that's a very good side.
Yeah, I think that road win, going on the road, and just before that in San Diego, they lost 1-0, and it was a tough game on the road, but they played excellent. And then this man, J.J. Williams, started to find his scoring shoes. And it was in the loss against San Diego when he started to pressure people off of the ball. Carl Jennings got into the act on the road as well. And the Rowdies started to put the ball in the back of the net. And when you score goals, Drew, things get a lot easier on the defensive end as they do when the score is 0-0.
Charlie Dennis had a big foot in that as well. Dennis, big play there. Tampa Bay clicking on all cylinders in their last 6 matches. So if you had to have an MVP, I'm going to really put you on the spot here. Midway through the season, who do you go with?
I'm going with Charlie Dennis. He's been pulling the strings all season long. He had a slow start like everybody else, but he's the guy in the thick of things, whether it's the pass before the pass or he's creating an assist and creating space for people like J.J. Williams and Seb Dalgard and company to create havoc.
100th appearance tonight for Sebastian Dalgard. That's our Rowdies recap. 1-1 the score. We're coming right back with more of our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show in just a moment.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer, bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Big news in USL soccer this week. Hey, a team is coming to Brooklyn, New York for USL League One. Expected to begin play in 2025. USL continues their Pride initiatives. Partners with You Can Play. And the top 5 power rankings, El Paso atop the table. Sac Republic right now in second place in the league, followed by the Rowdies, Memphis 901, and San Antonio FC. And that just tells you how good that Sac Republic team was that came in here last week. Look at the USL team of the week. That's a guy we're familiar with, Damas the Ford, doing his thing for the Loyal of San Diego. He is our player of the week. Let's take a look at the standings. Charleston Battery, we've talked about them throughout this broadcast, still sitting atop the table in the East. Pittsburgh Riverhounds right behind, and then there's the Rowdies with 21 points. Lou City also contending. Memphis, Birmingham Legion, Indy 11, FC Tulsa would all be in the playoffs today if the season ended right now. Loudoun United sitting just outside that group. Hartford Athletic right now up on Indy 11. That game's in the second half. Pittsburgh enjoying a brief lead over Charleston Battery, 1-0 as well. No score just underway. Lou City and Memphis, Rio Grande Valley, they trailed Miami FC. That one also just underway. Much more soccer coming your way. We got first half highlights. Ryan will return here in the booth when we come back.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your local Chevy dealer.
Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. 1-1 the score. The Rowdies and New Mexico United. Before we proceed with soccer, want to thank Rowdies superfan Charles Gallagher. Alex's Lemonade delivered firsthand to our booth tonight in the fight against childhood cancer. Rowdies fans coming through as always. You're just drinking all my lemonade, though. That's the problem.
Do you want the analytics? Not too much lemonade, perfect enough sugar, enough water, just smooth on the flavor, excellent punch on the sides. You got to go with it.
So refreshing, amazing stuff. If you have not tried it, we encourage you to. All right, Tampa Bay and New Mexico. Good game throughout the first 45 and change. Rowdies get the first goal.
Yeah, they certainly earned it. High pressure, counter pressing, and Charlie Dennis. Here comes the hunting packs, and here comes Charlie Dennis out. Look at the pace of the pass, right into Ryan Spaulding's path. And then fantastic technique across the goalkeeper, exactly how he wanted to the last post. And a well-earned 1-0 lead for the home team. Again, this opportunity was brought on by the Rowdies' ability to press high and catch teams out of position while winning back possession. Now, Ryan Spaulding again, trying to return the flavor, this time to Seb Dalgard. His pass was not strong, Keeper in the right position. Excellent save by the big Greek, Tambakis. Now, Aaron Guillen, just before the half, fouls Darling going away from goal, and then Portillo serves up a beauty. And this header was fantastic by Ryden to bring the home team just before the final whistle for the first half to 1-1. Great set piece, and the big defender gets his team on the scoreboard. Now, as for the Rowdies, they're going to have to continue to be intense while defending in the New Mexico half. Try to create more havoc with counter-pressing situations. Also, in regards to possession, try to keep possession out of New Mexico as the Rowdies find themselves going side to side and the visitors dictating things so far. Possession 56-44 to the visitors. They've done a fantastic job taking the sting out of the Rowdies by holding the ball for long periods of time. Shots on target 2-1, 4 shots apiece for New Mexico and the Rowdies. They're making the most of their possession. Now, corners 3-1 to the Rowdies. That comes from being more penetrative, but New Mexico playing a fantastic job on the road, playing as the visitors.
Take a look at some of the upcoming matches for the Rowdies. So this ends a 3-game homestand. Got to head on the road eventually, and that's what they'll do in 1 week. At El Paso, follow that up by a trip up north to Loudon, and then head west to Las Vegas. And once again, a Las Vegas trip right around 4th of July weekend. Perfect if you're a Tampa Bay Rowdies fan. Why not? Rowdies will come back here on July 8th, host Oakland Roots SC, before heading back on the road against Birmingham Legion FC. But 4 of the next 5 matches on the road could be a critical stretch for this Tampa Bay Rowdies club. Beautiful night under the lights here at this iconic venue, Al Lang Stadium. For New Mexico sports fans, you're wondering about this venue, Al Lang. This used to be a spring training facility, a baseball park operated by, back in the day, New York Yankees, St. Louis Cardinals. Some great baseball legends played at one time in spring training in this venue. It's been really just an incredible venue for Tampa Bay sports, turned into a Rowdies venue whenever the Rowdies were reborn in the modern era, and Tampa Bay has made it their home over the past dozen years.
Are you saying if Drew Felios is at bat, they will have the little canoes out in the bay waiting for the ball to go over the fence?
I'd have to hit it a long way, not quite that effect, but we do have over there, that's the Mahaffey Theater, which would be left field, and then beyond that we've got the Dolly Museum as well.
It'd be like Barry Bonds. Remember those guys with the canoes out there in San Francisco?
Yeah, McCovey Cove.
Yeah.
Good old days. Underway, half number 2, Tampa Bay and New Mexico.
Halftime substitution for New Mexico. Now leaving the game number 14, Chris Wheeler. Now entering the game number 10, Armando Moreno.
So for New Mexico United, Armando Moreno will start the second half. Chris Wehan, his night is done. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, the veteran player looks like didn't have the stamina to finish the next 45. But Moreno is such an accomplished player as well. Busy player. He has a couple of goals already this season.
So he is an El Salvador national. Have a key role the rest of this game. Kleeman and Tampa Bay trying to get everybody a touch. Lost some of their fluidity there towards the end of the first half. The Rowdies did with that 1-0 lead, and New Mexico was able to tie it up. It's always kind of demoralizing when you concede again just seconds before the end of a half. You got to kind of just forget it, don't you, and just play on.
But it did have a bit of an omen to it, though. When Guillen fouled the player going away from the goal, the worst case scenario that could have happened did happen.
Here's White getting to it in the corner. Lawrence White holding things up now. Charlie Dennis assisted on that Rowdies' lone goal. Spalding waiting for it. And the ball will head out. The Rowdies will have it here on the corner.
Ryan Spaulding just using his body just to shepherd it to win that corner.
Remember, on set pieces, Steven Dos Santos no longer a Rowdy. I think at some point throughout the course of this season, Tampa Bay is going to have to figure out who that first option is going to be.
Forrest Lasso eventually is going to have to start delivering on a couple of these. We saw Ryden in the first half deliver on a set piece. It takes so much pressure off the forwards if the defenders can get a goal.
Spaulding tracks back to it. Again, our official, Alex Kirkpatrick tonight. Adam Kilpatrick, rather, our official here for this match.
Ryan Spaulding with the heaviest of touches, allowing the defender to get right back into the play.
Chippy foul called that time. And now to be Tambakis putting it in motion. Set nice and high. Lasso getting ahead on it. Any adjustments Tampa Bay really has to make here in the second half?
I don't think so. I think they created enough opportunities in the first half. I think Coach Collins liked what he saw, especially defensively. Of course, they gave up the goal in the set piece, but other than that, they've been pretty good in regards to defending. But going forward, I mean, you want more from Carl Jennings. If you can get the ball to his feet rather than playing the ball in space to him, maybe he can run at some players. But understand how short-handed the Rowdies are, especially with Jan Ekra and Jordan Doherty, both in yellow cards. You look down this substitution list there, and there's not much to go for. You have people like Aaron Martinez, you have Schroeder, they're all forwards. There's nobody to play center midfield. If there was to be a change, Jake Armand will come out left, and Ryan Spaulding will go in to play one of the center midfield roles going forward.
Tambakis launches another one. Lasso there to receive it. Knocked down this time. Harry Swartz. Good job controlling for New Mexico. Spaulding and Tampa Bay able to win it back. Doherty squeezing it through, and here's Spaulding in motion. Oh, taken down. That has got to be a yellow. And it will be.
A good ball by Doherty. Look at Charlie Dennis just helping it on, keeping the momentum going. And the professional foul by Sergio Rivas, stopping the play, stopping the counter-attack.
So first card dealt out tonight to New Mexico United. Spaulding gets up a little gimpy.
He's just one of those players right now that the Rowdies just cannot afford to lose to injury.
Yeah, such a key role. Jennings. Tampa Bay will throw it in. Crowd a little bit sedated here. After the first goal, this place was rocking, but that goal from New Mexico that pulled it level certainly calmed things down for sure. See if the Rowdies can ignite that offense once again.
You know, you can see how New Mexico have really started to make things just a little bit simpler. And as soon as I say that, they give the ball up. But before coming into this game, Drew, they were 21st in the league in passes. So far, they are outpassing the Rowdies by over 70 passes in this game. They're slowing things down and trying to take the sting out of the situation on the road in Alan and try to take the ball away from the Rowdies for long periods of time.
Have to credit their head coach, Mac Hemi. Tremendous game plan set in motion here tonight. They have executed it. Still lots of soccer to go, but so far so good from the visiting side. And now here they are on the attack. Out of the center circle. Kleeman able to cut it off. Here's the player who subbed in, Moreno. Gets by Sergio Rivas. Picked up by Dahlgaard. Sebastian Dahlgaard will circle things back, and now the Rowdies just need, I think, one really good possession. Let everybody touch it.
Correct. Confidence flows when everyone touches the ball. Everybody wants to get on the ball, like Jordan Doherty right now. But so far, New Mexico have been very disciplined at the back. And even though the space is there, Drew, even though the space is there and it's inviting for the passer, sometimes you have to have a little bit of discipline and don't pull the trigger. Recycle the ball, bring it back, and try to shake things up by moving the ball side to side, by trying to, instead of going over the top and looking for that empty space back there.
I feel like that's happened on several of the Rowdies' possessions tonight, just trying to
force it.
Yes. Instead of build it. Jennings down. He gets up. Cal Jennings still with possession, waiting for some help. Flick now into the box. Spalding was waiting for it. Jennings once again had another chance at it, kind of tiptoed around it that time, and the Rowdies will keep possession.
Yeah, Cal Jennings lost his footing just a little while ago in an important part in the 18-yard box. His confidence seems to be dropping, his head is dropping, and now he's not doing the little things, Drew, where it's just trapping the ball is becoming a problem.
You say confidence is something in his body movement that just doesn't show like he is fully in control of things.
Yeah, I just don't think he's succeeding in getting shots off or creating havoc for the opposition, and I think that's starting to wear on him a little bit. You know, if you're the Rowdies, you have Ariel Martinez, but he's not an out-and-out striker. You have Felix Schroeder, who plays Charlie Dennis's position. Again, not a front, not just an out-and-out number 9. So the Rowdies really were depending on J.J. Williams and Cal Jennings to carry the load this season. And don't forget, Lucky Nkosana picked up a knock just before the game. He would have been the option off the bench to replace Cal Jennings if there was going to be a change.
Dahlgaard trying to get to it. Flag stays down. Here's Sepp Dahlgaard in his 100th appearance. Shot on by Dennis and scored! Charlie Dennis does it again.
Well, Charlie Dennis turns to provider to goal scorer. And it couldn't come at a better time for the Rowdies. They had no answers for this New Mexico defense. And Sepp Dahlgaard, look at this chop, takes the defender right out of it. Looks like Cristiano Ronaldo. And then Charlie Dennis on his weaker right foot. Drew Felios makes it as easy as you like drinking a cup of tea in England. And he makes it 2-1.
Instead of the tea right now, just take some nice cold water on this hot and humid night.
So much technique in that play. From the chop play from Sepp Dahlgaard on a dime, serves it up, look at this, and then the right foot just caresses it into the inside of the post. Beautiful goal, and Charlie Dennis, and guess who? Mr. 100 in the thick of things, Sepp Dahlgaard, second assist in as many games.
2-1, Rowdies lead. And with that Charlie Dennis goal, the Rowdies donate another $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. I'm telling you, what an acquisition. He has been 6th goal of the season for Dennis. Here comes New Mexico United right back. Tough angle that time. And the flag goes up.
So important. He's playing right behind the forward. And he's getting goals, and these guys love it. Loves Bob, Skyway Casuals. Love it.
So note, Pittsburgh right now leading Charleston by a count of 2-0. The Riverhounds are able to get that done. They pass the Battery in the standings, so there's going to be a little shake-up there top the table. And the Rowdies helping their cause. They can possibly get 3 more here tonight.
And that goal takes a little bit of pressure off of Cal Jennings. Let's see if he responds.
Jan Ekra over to Aaron Guillen. Tampa Bay, you can just tell, a little more swing in their step after that goal.
Well, we talk about how much goals change matches. Not only be tangible, everyone is faster, everyone is more confident, but now everybody wants the ball, Drew, which makes it so hard to play against.
Sequence where the Rowdies are not getting the better of things when you have great firepower and guys that can just turn a game on its head just like that. Shows you how far it can go. The difference makers coming to play. Here's Moar now trying to size one up. He goes down. Ekra comes in. He's got to be careful sitting on a yellow. Send this one right. Shot. Looked like it was taken. Forrest Lasso took one right in the middle of his chest.
Well, Lasso making himself as large as can be. Quick play from New Mexico. They're asking for a penalty. They think it came off of Forrest Lasso's upper arm. Let's take a look here. Good ball by Bruce Schwartz. And I'm not sure.
No chance. I think Forrest says nice try.
Well, the last time they had a set piece, Mr. Ryden got on the scorers list. Can the big centre back do it again?
This is Portillo. Portillo. And the Rowdies able to take care of it. Dennis. Tampa Bay now. How about this ball? Oh, just got by. You saw Jennings. He had a step on everybody.
Seb Dalgard was supposed to hit that one in the middle of the laces, but got it too much on the side of his foot. And it changed the trajectory to behind Jennings rather than in front of him.
Sam Hamilton, captain of this squad. Moments like this, the leaders step up. Harry Schwartz. Now for New Mexico. Hamilton, again, one of the originals. Gets it back from Portillo. This is what they do. Mourinho now running. Look out. And this ball is just wide of the post. Oh, the Rowdies dodge a major bullet. Daniel Bruce. Lasso was flying at him.
As good as a goal on the other end, Drew Felios. We talk about strikers scoring goals. What about that tackle by Forrest Lasso, taking a goal away? Beautiful play by Moreno. Bruce, and look at this tackle. Point blank in front of Sparrow to go to the last post. Good technique. And look at that tackle just flying in.
Here it comes once again. And nobody home on the other side. So the Rowdies once again avoid danger here in the 61st minute.
I'll tell you what, Moreno, who came in for Wehan, has been as busy as a bee in the middle of the park. Good ball to Bruce. He's shown why he's a sufficient enough replacement for Wehan.
Relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com, where treasure awaits. You had a chance, Ryan, to not just come here and work for a game, but to stay in downtown St. Pete, one of the hotels, really soak in the beautiful beaches. Indian Rocks Beach last week. You loved it.
I loved it. Let me tell you, I live in Florida and I vacate in this area, so anybody from outside these parts, it is well worth your trip.
Santi Moar coming near side. Harry Schwartz, a 24-year-old, now at the feet of Santi Moar, trying to flick it right back to him. Good soccer match thus far. Very technical. Both teams really trying to execute their style of play. It's been fun to watch.
I'll tell you what, New Mexico with their new coach, Hemi. Here's Jake Armand, who we thought may come on. And it's going to be Jan Ekra who's on that yellow card, Drew. And let's see if Armand or Spalding is the one to come inside to play alongside Doherty. Now this man has had a long road back to recovery. Got injured in that first game in preseason. Came back during the regular season, got injured again.
And really, it's been that way for his entire Rowdies tenure. He's not been able to get fully healthy. I think it's so critical now that he's healthy that he find a way to stay on the field.
So he's going to come inside with Jordan Doherty.
Aaron Guillen now to throw it in. Captain of the Rowdies. His 100th appearance in the bag earlier this year. Here's Moreno. Portillo. Good pace now, Schwartz. Rowdies scrambling back. Trying to make sure everybody is marked here. Like the way things are spread out, though, for New Mexico. Here's another service, so dangerous, right at the feet of Moreno, and nearly pulled it level again.
Well, it was Austin Yearwood coming up the left-hand side, and he put the ball right into the mixer. Look at this ball. The defenders are facing their own net. Connor Sparrow doesn't know where the ball is. And Moreno almost loving this up. Look at this pass. Just an absolute beauty. And it was Bruce and Moreno.
I think Lasso was able to get a piece once again as that ball went through. Rivas. He's a little more direct this time. Connor Sparrow able to reel it in. Huge fireworks show immediately following this game. A lot of fans in attendance really anticipating that great sight. As soon as the game ends, everybody rushes the field and taking some fireworks here.
I brought my beach chair. I'll be sitting in the center circle watching the fireworks. Grab a hot dog and enjoy it.
Here's Moreno. Well, he's played well since coming into the game. Rivas now has it for New Mexico. Look out, here they come. Moar, far side, serviced in again. Dangerous ball on top of the goal. It winds up.
Well, if you don't know about Austin Yearwood, score the goal of the year in 2021 in USL Championship. He has a knack for flair and the unpredictable part of the game. This time going for the last post, almost catching Connor Sparrow.
Doherty gets a piece. Jake Armin a touch, and here's Spalding. Touch it right back to Armin. Let the substitute work here. Charlie Dennis, how about this tempo for Tampa Bay? Dennis trying to shake free. Charlie Dennis tapped away to the feet of Spalding.
What about that tackle, though, by Sam Hamilton, the captain, on the ground, and still manages to get the ball away from Charlie Dennis.
Rowdies now take a deep breath. Forrest Lasso involved on several defensive sequences in a row. Get it to Lawrence White. You know where the ball's going. Forward. Dennis. Top of the box. Nice pass. Jennings. A little bit of contact and we play on.
Carl Jennings. Oh, look at Connor Sparrow.
And that one going to be called offside. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, home of USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. And the Rowdies right now playing speed up soccer, and it's been effective.
But they're using the wings effectively. They're coming into Charlie Dennis and then back out again. This time you find Seb Delgado, who goes to his weaker left foot and tries to curl it in. With the play before, Charlie Dennis took 2 players off the dribble and got the ball to Jennings, but good defending by New Mexico, not allowing Jennings to turn, putting a body on him. But Charlie Dennis just pulling the strings, certainly the MVP so far of this Rowdy season.
Here's Rivas. Rowdy's giving chase, Dalgard, and contact there. Put it down quickly, Moar. New Mexico wants to continue that momentum.
One of the problems with New Mexico is their inability to unlock defenses. They are one of the last teams, the last team in the USL in chances created. So yes, they've been able to hold some possession in this match, but where's the penetration, Drew? They got a great goal off of a set piece in the first half, but in open play, we're not seeing those sort of passes or runs that are unlocking the Rowdies' defense. Have to use just a little bit more imagination from Santi Moir and company.
Here's Rivas. Rowdies right now giving chase. Dalgard out there defending. Ball will head off Seb. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for New Mexico United.
Well, good defending by Seb Dalgard, not allowing Yearwood to get on his stronger left foot and whip that ball in. Always stop the service. Don't rely on the centre-backs to have to clear the ball with their heads. You stop the service, and that's exactly what Dalgard did.
Here it comes from Portillo. Curling once again. Connor Sparrow on point.
Can't tell you how big that is. Taking the pressure off of his defenders, Connor Sparrow, and owning his box.
How about that? Shot there from Dennis.
He's in such a rhythm right now. I drew for the last 5 or 6 games.
Lay it now for Armin. Jake Armin! Oh, that ball nearly squeezed through. Spalding will take over from here. And now it's Doherty. White going to be the recipient. Little room to work along the end line. Spalding! Score! Ryan Spalding from Lawrence White gets 3-1.
Well, White on his bike is always going to be a handful. He gets to the byline. He's just going to shrug off Santi Moir. He pulls it back and he rolls it onto Spalding's weaker right foot. And he gets over the ball and the ball bounces over Tambakis. Look at White sending Santi Moir for a drink. And there he bounces the ball over Connor Sparrow. Hey, sorry, Tambakis rather. Spalding gets his 2nd goal of the game, Drew Felios. And what a time.
So the brace will be had for Ryan Spalding. Not only does he get on the score sheet tonight, he makes it a deuce.
So, assists, goals, Ryan Spalding doing it all. This man did so many things right. Masakai Hemi, who's had the hard time of taking over the reins of Zach Prince, who's moved on. And now has to get this New Mexico ship back in order. Now, Santi Moir and Lawrence White have been going at it, and now Lawrence White goes into the book.
So that will be the 3rd yellow dealt tonight to the Rowdies. But when you got yellow and green smoke in the air hovering over Al Lane, you know, that's usually a good sign.
That's right. Something's good is cooking. Now, you know New Mexico has not been creating anything in open play. They're getting some dead ball situations here. Just saying, Drew, they get one back at 3-2. It's going to be a long 20 minutes in Alan.
So free kick coming up here for New Mexico. You've got to make something happen, trailing 3-1. Rowdies have dominated this second half after conceding a goal late in the first. Mourinho will send it back now to Yearwood. Really like Austin Yearwood's game. This one flicked on here. And we're thinking about Rivas, but he can't get to it. We're thrilled to have you with us on this Saturday night. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Feel free to hit us up on Twitter. If you have any negative things to say, send it to Ryan's Twitter handle. And he'll be sure and respond and take care of it for you.
That's true.
Oh, man. New Mexico's been impressive, but just have lacked a little bit of firepower here thus far to try and keep pace with this Rowdy side. Here's Mourinho. And here it comes. Senti Moar. Does he have any magic left in him? That ball was screaming towards the goal.
Well, he's been hovering like a little bumblebee on that left-hand side, Santi Moar. Just chipping it away at Lawrence Wyke and company and Seb Dalgard. This time he gets inside. Look at that technique. All laces. And look what that saved by Connor Sparrow. Right down in the garden, and he pushes it around.
So now it's Portillo. See the fight for the jockey of position as this one skates out. Swartz. Ball just kind of dancing around. Dalgard eventually controlling it. And the crowd loving his effort. Here's Jennings now in stride. This is where Jennings does his best work. Jennings, open man. It's Dennis. Just wide. Hold your breath, Rowdies fans.
Well, Carl Jennings returned the favor to Charlie Dennis. He put it right in his stride. He took a touch and tried a little toe dink.
Should that have been a one-timer?
I think he should have put it on the instep and not use his toe. He should have gone across the keeper's body, tried to go to the near post. And under pressure, that little dink with the toe becomes a lot harder when you're off balance. But hey, hindsight is 20/20.
Easy for us to say.
Correct.
Rowdies fans on their feet. What a way to finish out a 3-game homestand before you go on the road. 4 of your next 5 games, you gotta have this one. As Greg Hurst will come on for Josh Doling. Santi Moar again. Well, he is fighting right now.
He's such a competitor, Drew. Look at him. He wants the ball back.
There comes that point, too, where, you know, you trail 3-1 late on the road. That original game plan, you got to kind of throw it to the side and just let it rip. See if they can do that here. Oh, that was nearly a gorgeous goal. As Greg Hurst, who just checked in, nearly got New Mexico their second of the night.
Well, just what the doctor ordered. Go out to the wings, use the outlet like we said in the keys to the match. Good delivery by Portillo again. And another excellent header. Good save by Sparrow. Just good football all around.
And how about that save by Connor Sparrow? Likely his best of the night thus far. Sparrow directing traffic. Portillo sending on another. Rowdies trying to fend off some furious opportunities here from New Mexico. Now it's Rivas circling. Here they come again. This is Swartz. Ball shot on, and it's buried. Scored. Rowdies looking for an offside, not going to get it. And New Mexico not done just yet.
Well, they've been creating havoc on the wings again. They overload on this right-hand side. And an excellent bit of improvisation and unpredictability. Look at this dribble by Schwartz through the legs. to create that chance, and then he finishes it up. Good shot. Sparrow did his best, but Schwartz just created the play and then finished it. And now, what about this last 14 minutes?
So just when we thought the Rowdies could sit back and enjoy the rest of the night, think again. You know, as you always say, Ryan, that 2-goal lead in soccer.
Most dangerous scoreline in the game.
As Guillen now appears to be shaken up for the Rowdies. It's not a position where the Rowdies are deep whatsoever, that back line.
Have to try and understand, Drew, the bit of game management at this point. Aaron Guillen, the captain, is going to want to slow things down. Have his Rowdies get back, their heads back in the game. Oh, they see a number 16 off the bench.
Some substitutions here for Tampa Bay. Deon Harris, great to see him back after he missed the last outing for the Rowdies. And look who is about to come in. The crowd's going to erupt as Jake LaCava will come on as well here in the 79th. Freddie Kleeman, his night looks like it could be through. But Dahlgaard is going to come off here for Tampa Bay. So Dahlgaard and Kleeman will sit back and enjoy. Here comes Harris. And here comes Jake LaCava. Tons of scoring punch coming on right now. So interesting, Coach Collins countering with all offense here in the final minutes.
Well, never forget, your first defender is the forward. So Rowdies are going to pressure high. They're not going to sit back anymore and let this team start to dictate the last 10 minutes. They're going to push and force them to play right here rather than the Rowdies third. As you can see, the first turnover happens immediately because of the pressure.
Don't forget about Felix Schroeder. He comes on for the Rowdies as well. So 3 subs here in the 79th. Tampa Bay trying to preserve this victory.
Ryan Spalding is now going to the left back position. Aaron Guillen and Forrest Lasso are the 2 centre-backs with Lawrence Wyke at right back. Jordan Doherty and Jake Armon, the 2 holding midfielders. Deon Harris wide right. Schroeder attacking midfield. Jake LaCava centre forward. Jake Armon, stop it.
So here is Spalding. Rowdies trying to retake control of this match. Secure 3 here at home. Send it back now to Aaron Guillen. Want to remind you, Select, the official match ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice.
Take that back. Lawrence Wyke, Lasso, and Aaron Guillen. So it's 3 at the back, with Jordan Doherty and Jake Armon in the middle. Deon Harris and Spalding are the wing backs. We have 2 10s in Schroeder and Dennis, and LaCava playing the number 9.
You like the strategy here late from Coach Neil Collins?
I do. I think it makes New Mexico not advance the ball as easily and puts a little bit more spring in the step in the Rowdies further up top.
You can sense the attack. He's picked up the pace here for Tampa Bay. Deon Harris, if anybody can do it, he can. But now you got to get back. Lawrence Wyke and the Rowdies complaining as a player goes down for New Mexico, trying to draw a foul here on the Rowdies half. Spalding now held. Referee is right there. He's got to blow the whistle, and he will. A yellow will follow.
What about Felix Schroeder? Just dipping his shoulder, faking the defender, thinking he's going to go for it, then pulls back, and the control takes the defender right out of the play. Looks how he just dips his shoulder here. That's Spalding. Look at Schroeder. I'm going to go for it. No, I changed my mind. And then he comes back and gets Schwartz completely out of position.
That was sweet, wasn't it?
It was.
So the yellow assessed to Schwartz, the 24-year-old for New Mexico. And still a 1-goal lead. Only the 5th season overall for this visiting side. They have been so impressive since coming into this league. Tell you what, win or lose here tonight, this team, they are certainly earning respect from all the home crowd here at Al Lang. Doherty.
And Jordan Doherty at his best.
Dayon Harris wants it back. There it is. Harris trying to shake free as the ball deflected and heads out of bounds.
Make no mistake, that all started with Jordan Doherty crossing the play across Al Lang to Dayon Harris. And then he gave Harris the room and the space to create with Dennis.
Alex Wagner will check into the game. Daniel Bruce, his night is done. Quality shift for Bruce.
Bruce, the Englishman, so good with passing and creating chances. And we have the more direct Wagner coming in.
Charlie Dennis, what a night he has had for Tampa Bay, a goal and an assist. Tell you what, though, I mentioned New Mexico and their effort here. It is not easy when you lose your head coach on a whim just like that.
And then the flight all the way across the floor from New Mexico in Al Lang against a rampant Tampa Bay Rowdies. And they're right there in the thick of things with 7 minutes to go.
Another corner for the home side. Set up now in motion. Lasso ahead on it. Coming down is Tambakis.
Son of a missed kick by Tambakis.
Yeah, not much on that one. As Kleeman gets elbowed from behind. And that's if you're Wagner, come on into the game, and about 15 seconds in, draw yellow.
Well, Wagner being the center forward, just trying to throw his weight around, create something. Just being a little too physical with Charlie Dennis.
That's kind of how you are with me whenever pizza is served here before the games.
It's only elbows after that, buddy.
Alex Wagner drawing the yellow. Aaron Guillen with Lasso, and the Rowdies trying to control. Dayon Harris, spark plug for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Charlie Dennis.
Dennis, he gets to dictate if they're going to speed up or they're going to slow things down. And Dennis just tried to pass the ball to Harris, who's in an offside position. Harris let it go, and now Dennis gives up the free kick. So Charlie Dennis just trying to finish off what has been an excellent game so far. Yes, he's wearing the number 14, but he's playing as the number 10 for this Rowdies team.
So Pittsburgh Riverhounds have defeated the Charleston Battery, 2-0 final in that one. So we will have a shakeup at the top.
And Memphis right now 1-0 leaders over Louisville.
Game is late as well.
We were talking about Memphis before the game. They are 3 games behind the T teams on top, Charleston and the Rowdies. If they win off those 3 games, they're the toast of the town. They'll be on top of the East.
Rio Grande Valley on top of Miami. That's a 2-1 count right now. Here comes Sergio Rivas. Rowdies have marked Rivas pretty effectively thus far in this game. Here he is, number 7. Kalen Ryden had the first goal for New Mexico.
What a goal it was.
Oh, it certainly was.
Portillo with a gem of a free kick. And Ryden just shooting up at the last post and doing the rest.
Here, Neil Collins screaming
Oh,
Lawrence White, well, he is so feisty defensively, isn't he?
important 1v1 battle. If Yearwood got past him, he would have 2 or 3 targets to pick out. And White did a great job. You can hear Coach Collins urging on Charlie Dennis, who's put in a heck of a shift, but just a little bit gas right now as this game winds down.
Dennis, little flick back, crowd loving it on that far side. So Jake LaCava, first minutes back on the pitch here for the Rowdies. Jake switching it across that 18-yard box. Spalding trying to come to it. Moreno got there first.
Well, good play by Spalding. Didn't fly into Moreno. Moreno was just waiting for him to lunge and go around him. Just held up Moreno, and now New Mexico have to fight from all the way back there to get the ball out.
Felix Schroeder, really like what he brings to the field. Just kind of hard-nosed.
And has that skill to go along with it.
Yeah.
And experience, Drew. Has played over in the German leagues. And he brings that know-how and ability into this Rowdies camp. And he can just fill those slots, attacking midfield, up top, play further back, whatever Coach Collins needs.
Rowdies closing in on their 7th victory of the season. Up just a goal, though. Very feisty New Mexico side trying to pull level. Here's Charlie Dennis. Taking it to the opposite half and now circling back. Doherty and Spalding. Ryan Spalding will take it into the corner. Let time elapse here. Get it back. That's how skilled he is, I'm telling you. Doherty and the Rowdies now will keep possession. Oh, a great minute for the Rowdies here. Deon Harris, he'll send it on. Schroeder was nearly on top for the finish.
Well, it started with Spalding just shrugging off defenders, and then Jordan Doherty, which we've seen so much this season, so competent on the ball, picks out Deon Harris. His technique just was not there, let him down, and he whizzed by. But what about the Rowdies having to travel to the hottest team in the USL, El Paso, who just can't stop winning? And that's going to be coming up next weekend in El Paso, June 17th.
Certainly going to be a big showdown, good test for Tampa Bay.
I mean, El Paso, I've watched so many Westerns in my life, Drew. El Paso just sounds like that Western town. I expect Clint Eastwood to come out in his his sombrero and his Yeah.
Cowboy boots and spurs.
I love it. I love Clint Eastwood. My dad is a big Western fan, by the way.
Okay. How about this missile right into the stands? Look out. Right into the heart of Ralph's mob. And it was Moreno. I like the way he plays. Really a spark.
Been an injection coming in for the legend Chris Wehan at halftime. Moreno almost got a goal off of a cross from Yearwood. And he was in the thick of things to get that first goal, that second goal for Schwartz.
Rowdies will keep possession here. Great to see Deon Harris back on the field for Tampa Bay.
Have to believe that Deon Harris looks to go down in the corner flag to Charlie Dennis or LaCava.
Precious seconds tick off here. Tampa Bay content just to keep possession.
And Charlie Dennis using that big body of his and technique. Here comes that switch, and here comes some room for New Mexico.
So huge possession here for New Mexico. It is now or never. And perhaps the final one. What a battle it has been with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and Dayon Harris comes up with a huge play there defensively. The fresh legs of Dayon paying off here for the Rowdies. Flag up, offside. LaCava was set.
But Coach Collins is yelling for the free kick. As soon as the offside whistle went, he was saying when the play was made, Dayon Harris was fouled on the pass. And that's what he's asking the fourth official for.
And now both coaches pleading their case. McHemmie doing the same. And Tampa Bay will throw this in here with Lawrence White. For the Rowdies now, just keep the ball on the New Mexico half. Doing a good job of it. Stays in. Harris will throw it in. New Mexico looking at the officiating, saying, hey, it's our ball.
It looks like LaCava is inching his way down to the corner flag now. Yep, there he is. This has to be very close to the final whistle.
So it'll be Harris to throw it in here. Schroeder, little flick inside the box, trying to do it himself, sending it out to Doherty. Tampa Bay now just having fun. Full-time whistle. Rowdies take care of business. They get the 3-2 victory. Coach Neil Collins and Tampa Bay, 7th win of the year. Charlie Dennis, a huge factor tonight. We'll recap his heroics and wrap this one up when we return to Outlink Stadium.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Victory tonight for the Tampa Bay Rowdies over New Mexico United. Good game from start to finish as the fans get ready for fireworks here in downtown St. Pete. Rowdies would get on the board first, and it would be a big night to be had for Charlie Dennis and Ryan Spalding.
But Charlie Dennis pulling the strings, and look at the weight of the pass. Right into his path, he goes across the keeper. 1-0 Rowdies, and that came from their pressure off of the ball, Drew. With Portillo, look at the ball to the back post, and what a finish by the big centre back himself. It's riding at the back post and getting the visitors on the board at 1-1.
So well done by Portillo and company.
Seb Dalgar with little Cristiano Ronaldo chop turn, and Charlie Dennis, what weak foot on the right foot, kisses it in. 2-1 Rowdies.
What a night for Charlie Dennis, continuing to just star, have success. Ryan Spalding takes a brace to the clubhouse tonight.
Yeah, coming in at the back post like he should from that left side and finishing off Lawrence White's beautiful pass. Now, Schwartz through the legs of Aaron Guillen, lays it off and then finishes it up. Brilliant play by the right back. Sparrow with a good save, but Schwartz right there to clean up. And it made New Mexico and kept them right in the game. Great start for their new coach and this team.
Game that was pretty even from start to finish. Look at the possession. New Mexico 54-46. They win that category. Corner kicks just even. Same with yellows. I mean, this was an even as battle as you can see. I think the Rowdies just had a few more finishers on their side tonight.
Correct. The one thing the New Mexico doesn't have in that last third, other than Santimar, is someone who to be unpredictable, to create chances. Rowdies just have a little bit more of that up top, and it showed in the final third.
Let's get the up-to-date standings here in USL Championship. So Pittsburgh now atop the table. Charleston in second. The Rowdies right on their heels. Memphis and Louisville also in a battle. Tell you what, it's going to get interesting down the stretch.
You can't separate this bunch, and that's the Big East. That's the competition in the East right now, with those 5 teams slugging it out, and Birmingham Legion just hanging around, not too far within the 11. 1 through 7, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a tight race.
Remember, Memphis, they lead Louisville in that contest tonight, a 1-0 game late. The Rowdies, 4 of the next 5 on the road. They host Oakland Roots on July 8th, but it's gonna be tough sledding, beginning with that match at El Paso in 1 week.
And don't look at Birmingham Legion slightly. They have to finish that big road stretch in Birmingham on the 15th of July. That's gonna be a huge one to finish up that stretch as well.
That's going to do it for us. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone. As fans get ready for fireworks here at Al Lang, it is time for us to say goodbye. What a week it was. Ryan Spalding and the Rowdies come out firing. Forrest Lasso does his job.
United Soccer League.
Charlie Dennis as well. 3-2 the final score for Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew. I'm Drew Felios. We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.